Hi, friends. Welcome. This is Yoga in Our City's virtual studio. I am Sandra, and this is Yoga for the Seasons with Sandra. In honor of Yoga in Our City's launch in the parks, we are back outside, entering into your home, into your space of where you're at presently, or if you're lucky enough to be outside, well, welcome. We are on the beautiful shores of Connecticut here in Mystic, Stonington area. So we have a beautiful ocean breeze and some wonderful nature sounds surrounding us, the sounds of birds, the sound of the rustling leaves, all these exciting sensations that we have to look forward to as the environment opens up for us to practice outdoors. So settle in. We're going to begin on our mats. It still is a little chilly in Connecticut, so you may be just like me and bundled up in some nice, warm, comfy clothes. Maybe you need a blanket or anything additional. Go ahead and grab your props. I'm very limited today, but maybe you have some more accessibility to blocks, books, pillows, chairs, blankets. We'll be doing some postures laying down today and opening up our spine. So if you have some tightness in the spinal column, you may want to grab a bolster or a pillow or a blanket folded up to come and join your physical body to support you through the practice today. For anyone who's nursing, breastfeeding, same thing, pregnant, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions or you are taking any medications with advice, check in with your medical practitioner prior to engaging in any activity. With yoga, we will be connecting to our breath, connecting to our hands and different gestures to help support removing the blockages through the body. Settle in. Take a moment to get comfy. And when you're comfortable, we're going to place the hands onto the thighs so the palms face up towards the skies above. Coming into our mudra for the day, we're going to come into Buddhi mudra. For this one, you're just going to take your thumb and your pinky finger and connect them, unite them. The three fingers in the middle, the pointer, the middle finger, and the ring finger will stay straight out. Again, those palms are facing to the sky, inviting the light energy of the sun, the space in the air that surrounds us. Letting go and releasing the heaviness, the earth, the water elements that are associated with spring. This mudra, this hand gesture, this hand seal, this buddhi mudra is to help open up and create clarity in the body and mind. As you settle into your seats, begin to close your eyes, connecting with the spine, drawing that belly inward, a gentle tuck of the chin, shoulders are back and relaxed. And begin to let each and every thought in the mind slowly escape. Thousands and thousands of thoughts, experiences, and sensations run through the mind and the body. But here in Buddhi, here in Sukhasana, in our easy pose, we begin to connect with the element of space, feeling supported and rooted by the earth below us. Each and every thought, pulling it out of the body and mind and bringing in that sense of clarity, a sense of peace, and finding comfort here. Letting any message that we need to hear come in and have the space and awareness of our beings to listen. Just noticing. Begin to bring attention and awareness to your breath. Each inhalation and each exhalation. At the top of your next inhalation, I'd like you to pause and be still here, noticing. Exhale when you need to, and pause, holding at the base of that exhalation, noticing, being aware. Inhale when you need to, and continue to pause and hold at the top of your inhale, noticing any qualities and sensations in this place of stillness, in this place of silence, this place of stability. Letting your breath flow, inhaling and exhaling when you need to. Finding that comfort and that space in between before you transition to the alternate. Noticing again any qualities, sensations, any sounds that may be surrounding you or within you at the time of this stillness as you retain at the top of the inhale and hold at the base of the exhale. Knowing you are safe, hold all the power within you, heal, to restore and renew. Release that retention, release that hold of the breath, and breathe normal. And just noticing once again how you feel, any qualities running over through the mind or the body. And releasing your buddhi mudra, releasing your hand gesture, and letting all 5 fingers, 10 fingers come on to your mat, coming up on to the knees and the hands, coming up into your tabletop pose, Brahmanasana here. And just gently wiggle the hips from left to right, seeing how that feels as we were sitting on our buttocks for a few minutes there. And then slowly take circles with the hips in one direction, releasing any tension, any holds in the lower spine, bringing in that air element to an area that can be bogged down by earth. And then go the opposite direction, creating balance, left to right, right to left. Again, just releasing any tension, any of that earth element that you're hanging onto, the water element. Finding balance this spring season. Very good. Bring that rotation to a nice close. We're going to curl those toes under, pushing the buttocks up into the sky, coming into our downward dog, Adho Mukha Asana. Stepping both of the feet forward towards the hands, coming into a nice forward fold here. Bending the knees, this may be your first forward fold today. And then just shake the hips out gently, rocking them from left to right. Or bring a nice little bounce to the knees. Everybody bend your knees if they are not bent. We're going to rise up into Utkatasana, into our chair pose, sitting back with our feet, sitting back with our buttocks. Arms are high to the sky. On your next exhale, bring the arms out to the side, coming into Tadasana, into your mountain pose. Draw the palms forward. Pause here. Feel the earth beneath your feet, beneath your soles. Feel supported, rooted, and grounded. On your next inhale, rise the hands, the arms up to the sky. If you'd like to take your Bodhi Mudra here, this will be the time. Coming into volcano pose, the arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist. Uttanasana, coming into our forward fold. And here, plant all the hands, all 5 fingers, the palm onto the mat. Bend your knees if you need to. And we're going to spring back into our plank pose, jumping back, if that is accessible for you, drawing the abdomen in. Balakasana, plank pose, strong and stable here. Feel that strength of the spring season here holding you up. If you need to drop your knees, go ahead and do so. On your next exhale, push the hips up, Adho Mukha, coming into our downward dog. Shake it out here. Maybe bounce those feet, shake those hips. Just feel a release. Drop that heart. Shake your head. Get a little movement here going. Releasing that stagnation. On your next inhale, we're going to step the right foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee onto the mat. The left top of the foot comes onto the mat. And on your inhale, we're going to rise the hands up to the sky, coming into our crescent moon pose, low lunge here. Looking up if that is comfortable for you. Nice gentle back bend. See if you can melt that hip into the earth. Pause at the top of your inhale here. And just notice how that feels. Release the breath. Pausing at the base of the exhalation, noticing. Breathe regular. And on your next exhale, bring the hands to frame the right foot. Step the right knee back to meet the left knee, coming into your tabletop Brahmanasana. Pause here and shake if you need to. Move if it feels good. And when you're ready, step the left foot in between the hands. Keeping that right knee on the mat, we're going to drop the top of the right foot. Inhale to rise up into crescent moon pose on the left side. Anjanasana, rise up to the sky. Inhale and pause at the top of your inhale. Bringing in the heat, the light of the day, the energy for the day. Here in our back bend. Pausing at the base of your exhale. And the top of your inhale. Bring the breath back to its natural rhythm. And release the hands on the exhale to frame the left foot. Bring the left knee back to tabletop. Shake the hips if you need to. Maybe a cat-cow here if that feels right. We're going to curl those toes under, stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back, coming back into the plank if that's accessible for you. Again, if you need to drop the knees, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, if you're up, engaging, stimulating, pause here, draw that belly in. We're going to bend our elbows coming into Chaturanga Dandasana, bending those elbows, bringing the chest, the knees, the chin all the way down to the mat. And then tops of the feet come down onto the mat as well, bringing the forearms in front of the body, and then the forehead falls on to the forearms or the top of the hands, coming into your crocodile pose, Uttanasana. See if you can melt here into the earth, becoming still and stealthy like a crocodile. Just peering those eyes over that water level. Very good. Keeping with the forearms, we're going to bring those forearms to the sides of the body. Right, the elbow is going to come to the side of the chest on each side, and then the forearms, the palms stay on the mat or extend above the mat ever so slightly. We're going to come into our Sphinx pose, Salamba Bhujangasana. On your inhale, peel the chest up and off of the mat as you draw the shoulders down the back. The very last rib cage will be that which is on the earth below you. And see if you can relax your lower back. See if you can melt into the earth, pausing at the base of your exhalation, noticing, observing, pausing at the top of your inhalation. Again, noticing and observing. On your next exhale, coming back into crocodile's pose, bringing the opposite arm onto the top of the other forearm and resting that forehead onto the hands. Or if you'd like to look up and over the hands, that's an option as well. Pausing at the base of the exhalation and holding at the top of the inhalation. Again, noticing, observing. Good. Bringing both of the hands now to the sides of the chest where the elbows were before. The chin comes on to the mat or to the earth below you. Begin to engage the muscles of the lower legs, squeezing those glutes as you rise on your next inhale, squeezing those elbows inward, coming up into your cobra. Pausing at the base of the exhale, holding at the top of the inhale, noticing with the legs engaged, with the glute engaged, protecting that low spine, giving that support. See if you can let that heart just fall and melt forward, stretching and deepening this back bend. On your next exhale, slowly bringing the entire body back down to the mat, releasing the arms to the side and bringing one of the cheeks onto the mat or the earth and just noticing, being still. Very good. You're going to bring the chin back to center and the forearms coming back up to the front of the body, just as we had done in Sphinx before. So the elbows come to the outsides of the chest, one and the other. Draw the shoulders down. So this may be okay for you. This may not. You have two options here as we're going to come into our half frog pose or our resting half frog pose. So again, you can stay here in the Sphinx pose, or you can bring the arms up into crocodile. So depending on if you have any sensitivity or tenderness in the spinal column, if you do, stay down in your crocodile. If you have a little bit more mobility and you feel a little bit more limber, then you can stay up in your Sphinx. Drawing the left knee up to hip level, coming into a nice right degree or 90-degree angle here, where that right knee is in line with the right hip, coming into that half frog pose in Sphinx or in crocodile. Begin to let that left hip melt into the mat. See if you can get heavy in that low spine. And again, pausing at the base of the exhalation, holding at the top of the inhalation. Here we are in our resting half frog pose or Sphinx pose. with half frog legs. And you notice your leg is in the position of a beautiful frog. Noticing that stillness, that clarity, and that silence in between each breath. See if you can melt a little bit more into the earth below you, giving weight to the earth that can sustain and take on all that does not serve you. When you're ready, release the left leg to meet the right, straightening it out, pausing and being still. And then when you're ready, drawing the right knee up to the level of the right hip, coming at a 90-degree angle. And again, seeing if you can melt that hip into the earth. See if you can get a little bit heavier, letting the earth element take away any discomfort, any blockages. Pausing at the base of the exhalation, holding at the top of the inhalation. And see if you can let go a little bit more. Final release here. And when you're ready, straightening out that right leg to meet the left. And if you're not already in crocodile, bring yourself into that pose. Bring yourself back into Mukharasana. Either forehead onto the arms or the chin with a nice gentle gaze looking up and over the waterline, the imaginary waterline. Very good. And releasing those crocodile arms, you can bring the chin down to the chest, or you can even stay in the crocodile arms if that feels comfortable for you. We're going to come into our half frog pose now. So this one is, we're coming up onto the arms themselves, or the hands themselves. You'll be coming down onto the forearm if that is accessible and comfortable. And then bending the right leg to begin. The sole of the foot reaches to the sky. Bringing the right arm behind the body to catch the top of the right foot. If this is too difficult with the upper body up and off of the mat, you can just stay down on the mat and draw the arms to the side of the body. If that is comfortable, if you're unable to reach the foot at all, just go to where it's comfortable. If you do have a strap or a belt that you can grab or a scarf, this would be the time to do so. And so if you are in your half frog pose, the left arm is straight out in front. You can even come up and off of the forearm to deepen that stretch. You should feel a nice stretch in the front of the right thigh, the right shoulder. And see if you can relax that right hip so the right foot comes to the outside of the right buttocks. Pausing at the base of the exhale, holding at the top of the inhale. Just noticing any qualities, any sensations. Releasing the thoughts and being present with whatever comes your way. Releasing the right leg back to the earth. The right arm, right forearm comes back to the mat, to the earth. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bend the left foot up to the sky, reaching the left arm behind and onto the top of the left foot. Again, you may be on your forearm, you may be increasing the stretch by coming up onto the palm, or if that's too much and you'd like to bring your entire chest down, this is your time. Do what you need for you. And begin to let that left hip begin to fall to the earth. See if you can get a little bit softer, a little bit more clear between each inhale and each exhale, noticing the silence, the stillness, and the stability that resides between each breath as you retain and hold. And when you're ready, releasing the left foot back down to the mat. Everybody coming into crocodile. Releasing the forehead onto the forearms. Everybody bringing the gaze and the energy back down to the earth. And we're going to transition coming into our bow. Bow may or may not be accessible for you. So to begin, we'll start by bringing the arms to the sides of the body, bringing the chin to the mat or the forehead to the mat. And gently drawing both of the legs up to the sky, bending at the knees. This may be it for you. Again, if you have a strap or a scarf or a belt, you could use it here. Otherwise, gently peeling that chest up and off the mat, the shoulders follow, and go ahead and grab the feet or the ankles, and just notice, feeling how it feels here. This may be enough for you. If you're looking for more engagement, when you're ready, we're going to kick those feet up and out behind us, pulling the chest up off the mat, coming into your bow, pausing at the top of the inhale if it's comfortable, noticing, and pausing at the base of the exhale. Taking one more full breath. And on the exhale, releasing everything to the earth. Back into crocodile. Forearms come in front. Forehead falls onto the hands, melting into the earth. And you can stay here as long as you like, thanking the earth for providing the support, providing all of the nourishment that grows from your land to allow us to consume through our food, consume through our sight, our hearing, our feeling, the taste, and all of the experiences we endure. We thank Mother Earth. We thank you, Spring, for bringing renewal and rejuvenation to our own beings and the beings of this earth. I'd like to rise back up to seating, rolling onto one side and working your way back up. If you'd like to stay in crocodile, by all means, with salute and honor to the earth. Coming back into your Buddhi mudra, if that is accessible. The thumb and the pinky come together, palms face to the sky, bringing that energy of the day, energy of the season back into our minds and bodies. Closing the eyes and reconnecting with the sounds, the sensations, all that surrounds us, whether you hear it live or through the speakers in your own environment. Pause at the top of your inhalation, connecting with that silence, that stability to create clarity and energy. And holding, pausing at the base of the exhalation, releasing, letting go. Just noticing anything that may be coming up. Release it into the earth below you. Let it go. And pause and be still. Connecting with the clarity and the stillness to let those messages that need to be heard, need to be felt, to have the space and the opportunity to give you that message. Drawing the hands onto heart center, honoring this beautiful, bountiful being that you are, that resides within you and surrounds you. Honoring Mother Earth and all of the connections and experiences that we can have independently or with one another. It is with honor and appreciation I thank each and every one of you for joining us. This is Yoga in Our City. It's a virtual studio. I am Sandra, Yoga for the Seasons. You can continue to see me here every Sunday or come and join us in the parks. We are in many, many cities, in Connecticut, in multiple parks. So come check us out on yogainourcity.com or check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, and Eventbrite will have all of our exact locations where you can come to meet us in person and join our community in taking care of your mind, your body, your well-being, and the earth that surrounds us. Take care, everybody.